I would ask you publicly why you have done this, as it has made us homeless.
If you knew who it was that we answered to, forgive me.
My name is Sykes, I'm the town manager and town crier, and I officially, under the authority of Mayor Atkinson, bring this town meeting into order.
Woo! Thank you very much for joining us. We're in more of a crisis than we were last week. So we wanted to update the town council and those who have come through the portal. The first thing I would like to do is thank the Grey Sisters for all of the purchasing that you have been doing outside of the walls of Evermore. You've been helping us a great deal.
If I may say something on that. The Acting Troupe specifically, but we are not alone in this, I'm sure, has been affected adversely by these purchases and the subsequent raising of costs that your family has imposed. I would ask you publicly why you have done this, as it has made us homeless.
We weren't aware that that would be the repercussions of that, but unfortunately we have to answer to other Greys. We are not the only members of our family. Specifically,
If you knew who it was that we answered to, forgive me.
Can they not be negotiated with?
No.
I mean,
We are quite frightened, and we wish it were another way, and if there's any other way that we can help you, we would be glad to. However, we are unable to change this fact of the raising of rent.
And where are we to go?
On that, if I may. I've been talking with Zodi, a good friend of mine, and he has proposed a solution to our situation. The catacombs.
The catacombs?
Yes! Thank you. Yes, let's laugh. I'm homeless. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm only kidding. But, no. Yes, it is rather scary and dark and dreadful. But it is warm. And that is the most important thing in this time. As the season has changed and the temperature will drop, we need warmth. And as much as it is terrible that we have just lost a home, the first home we have had in God knows how long.
months, almost a year now, I think.
We have to remember that family is more important than just a building. We have each other, and if we have a place that we can just seek shelter, then that's something.
I suppose literal beggars can't be choosers.
In speaking with Zodi, as Evermorians, we suffer together and we rise together. We have a way to come through this, and on that topic, Zodi has set up, we're officially establishing it, the mayor's decided to officially establish the catacombs as a sort of low town. Those who do not have a place to live, or food to eat, or blankets to keep themselves warm, may go find Zodi in the catacombs, and he'll make sure you are taken care of. Evermore has officially established a relief fund that you can donate to that will help pay for those supplies, to pay for the broth that's provided. The Ladies Grey have been given allowance to donate to this. While they can't do everything, that they don't have as much leniency with property, they are contributing. They have paid quite a healthy sum to this cause, to Zodi's cause, that will help you lot, and making sure that you're warm and you're fed. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that everyone's taken care of, but everyone, we are in a lot of debt. The supplies are not sufficient. We're sharing blankets. We're taking turns sleeping under the blankets and working in the night because it's just too cold. You have to work through the night sometimes to not freeze to death. But we've been able to establish the warmth of the catacombs and a few other places. The mercantile shop, the Kettle Cafe, has lent us the space as well to house people at night. So that's what we're doing at the moment. In order to continue to raise funds for the town. The Gazette is officially for sale for 3,000 gold. As the operation has stopped, there are already employees such as Bartholomew who are under the employ of the Gazette. But for 3,000 gold, you may buy the Gazette. Let's see. With the food shortage that's happening, we're still trying to secure food from around Europe and the rest of the world. Zodi is establishing a soup kitchen in the catacombs as well.
And with that, the lack of funds and surprising lack of ability to purchase the properties in town, we are struggling with food.
Greatly.
Significantly. And it has been brought to my attention that the Aurorans have been...
made it in time for this.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us?
Yes, to repay your wonderful graciousness, your welcome, and all of the dutiful praise that has been bestowed upon us. We have been working for ages to perfect a recipe that we can share with this wonderful people.
Tyker's worked very hard on it.
She has. She's done a lot of the work.
All of the elves have been working so diligently at this. It has been just the greatest effort because we are just beyond appreciative of your welcome, of your graciousness, we're so grateful for it.
At this point, she's trying to make.
Yes. And we just want you to know that what we are concocting will fill your bellies, and we hope to give you endless energy.
This is the idea.
Well, do you...
It's a type of
I
food
heard-
that's a little bit magical to make it you feel full.
Yes,
You don't need to
it
do
makes you feel fuller, even though it's smaller amount. But that is the magic part of it. It makes you feel fuller and it gives you much more energy than normal.
Can everyone hear?
Yeah.
No? Right. Right. So the Aurorans have offered a type of food that's part magical to help with the food shortage.
Yes.
We're very grateful.
It should,
very delicious.
even though it is small amount of food, it should make it feel like your belly is overstuffed almost.
Oh, we have
And-
some for the acting troupe to try.
We do have a
We
few.
have one for
for the-
Mr. Ollie and Miss Piper.
We do have a few for you because we were told that you were recently evicted from your homes.
Yes.
Due to the crisis of the acting troupe, they're offering it to them
We also
first.
have one for Piper. Oh, you're Piper.
I have the treat for you.
Well,
Is this all that stuff that's supposed to fill you right up?
Yes, it is.
Perhaps go in the show.
Can we eat it right now?
Aye, go ahead.
I haven't eaten anything all day long.
Please.
All right.
If you're too full,
All right. Cool.
do try some.
It should be delicious. Taika worked very
It
hard.
smells really good. Tyler, you made this for me. All right, let's try it out.
It looks wonderful.
There's a tin. Don't eat
I'm
it.
that hungry.
It's impolite to eat in front of so many people.
Or eat the tin. That was in
Does anybody mind if some starving people get some food?
No.
All right, there we go.
Oh my goodness. It's really good. I feel amazing. I feel like I've had 3-course meal right then. I don't even have to eat. I'm going to save this for tomorrow.
That's Piper up
It
in
really
the
does
for you.
give you energy. Wait a minute. I actually feel like I could do a cartwheel. Hang on. That's amazing stuff. I love it.
I've never heard of cartwheel. Oh, it is.
Very impressive, Piper. Thank you.
So one of the other things we needed to address as the council is, besides the Grey family, which we're grateful for the purchases once again, there's been a surprising lack of land purchases. We could all use your help. I know a lot of you are doing a lot to contribute, but we'll ask for your continued support in that. Having reached the end of the things we had planned, I believe, Uriah, you had something you wanted to speak on.
I thank you, Mr. Sykes. I appreciate the efforts of yourself, the Honorable Mayor, the Town Council, in trying to bring Evermore through this time of emergency. I have a recommendation, if I might, that perhaps is a balance between the city's desire for funds to take care of those who are impecunious, and of course, as you and the mayor have shared, part of the desire of funds is to attract new merchants to Evermore to alleviate the financial circumstance. It is in this way that I bring up the matter of the copper kettle. The copper kettle is intended as a confectionery, as a bakery, as a source of foods and nourishment for the population. But if we desire to have people come in to open the copper kettle, and if the desire of the city is to provide incentives for merchants, why is the price of the copper kettle not brought down to enable those who wish to operate it to purchase it? Why not give them incentives rather than disincentives? So my recommendation, if you will consider it, is that the price on the copper kettle be reduced, with the Werthers, Henry and Marzi present, desiring to use that establishment. That is my recommendation, sir. I thank you for hearing it.
We appreciate it. To address this concern, in speaking with the mayor, all the properties are currently marked at less than 1/3 their worth. So we already have marked them down quite low, but that gives us ideas. I think there's something, we might be able to come up with other incentives to accommodate this, because that is a fair point.
I thank you, sir.
I don't know if I can lower the prices, but perhaps as the council in a private meeting we can discuss. If any of you have ideas of incentives or ways to help merchants be attracted and to be able to buy buildings, please see a town council member and discuss your ideas. If you're a member registered with one of the guilds, if you will please speak to your guild leader or a member of the guild to continue to pass those ideas up to us so that we can save the town. One other thing to discuss as well is guild registration, bringing it up again. If you have joined a guild, you may become an initiate rank in every guild so that you can investigate and discover and get to know them. But you may only advance to the second rank and beyond in one guild at a time. If you do so, you need to come see me. I am the guild registrar, and I will get you recorded in the book so that you may continue your advancement. As well, we've also established the bank. Right, a bit of Oren, come here. Address the council. What's going on? All right, everyone. Oren has the floor. Ex-town crier. What's happened?
Hello, everyone. I've just come from a confrontation with the Wolves of Winter. They attacked one of the Elves of Light. She was left behind somehow, and Master Humphrey was escorting her, and they came at her like actual wolves. It was animalistic. We've detained the one who's thus maligned, but he's being inspected by the hunters, but we've lost track of her.
Of the elf?
The elf, aye, and Master Humphrey too. I'm assuming they're coming around this way, but...
track of Mr. Humphrey?
Aye.
Alright,
Does anyone know
there's a ranger there.
I see no reason we shouldn't arrest all of these wolves. That they're going
Alright, calm down.
We should cut them off.
We have ways to handle this.
The wolves are held.
We need to get the Elves of Light back to the burrows. We do.
Alright, guild leaders.
We will find.
I'm going to go around this way and see if I can find Humphrey.
We need to stay calm.
They will not be safe until all the barbarians are accounted for. Chauncey.
All right. As far as we know, there's only one barbarian.
Do we have any knights or rangers? Anyone? Come forward. Bella, assemble your team and get them back to the burrow. Please see Bella. Assist her.